Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to Timeout Tuesday on the 2nd of December. And, excuse me, a bit out of puff because I've been racing around this morning. Now, we are, of course, doing the Advent calendar, Stampin' Up Advent calendar. I'll hold it up so you can actually see it. Unfortunately, it's not been available for a while. It was so popular that they sold out very, very quickly. So I decided I'd do it before Christmas so that I get advantage of it. Because after Christmas, I wasn't sure if I'd feel like it. Okay, so we have done day 1, which was the dies, day 2, which was the paper, day 3, which was the embellishments, day 4, which was the tags, day 5, I believe, is today. And we've got, let me move this over so you can actually see it. We have some stencils on a little brush. I'm going to get that out, and I'm going to get out day 6 because I'm going to do them both. And we have some puffy stickers. There are 60 of these. I'm going to show you. I haven't had a lot of time to do much with this, so forgive me today, but we'll see how we go. So day 5 was were these stencils. So, and there's a tiny little brush with them. Now, I haven't used the brush yet, but I believe that if you use the brush, the best way is not to use it like a paintbrush like that, but to daub it like that, or punch it, punch it. I can't remember what the word is. Goes and you do that on the stencil. So let's have a look. You've got no idea what the stencil makes, so until you, other than that, you know that it's flowers. So we've got one. Let's go back here. That's number 4. And this one is, turn them around the right way. Number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 4. So you can see that they look like flowers, which is what they were. So I'm going to show you what I've done. So I've done a little bit of prep on this so that you can have an idea. So first of all, I played with the stencil. Let me just pull this out on a piece of scrap paper. And this was the finished article that I got. So you can see that there are some like leaves or flowers. I suppose those would be, and more flowers. Now I based this on one of the DSPs that was free on day 2. So it's very much based on the colours, and that was Pretty in Pink, Old Olive, and Misty Moonlight. Just 3 of the colours in that. But I ended up doing something a little bit different. I want to show you what I've done, or what I'm planning to do today. So I started off with my white base card. And well, actually, I started off stamping the stamps, and I wanted blue because I wanted these to look like little flowers on a on the stencil with the branch. So I did 3 of those. I cut out some of the flowers with the dies from day 1. This is from Peace on Earth, and I used some white glitter paper that I had. I cut out the leaves from the dies in Granny Apple Green, and I stamped this in Highland Heather, and these are Highland Heather as well. And then I had got a new stamp. This one's called Linen, and I have it somewhere here on the table. Here it is. I thought it was an embossing folder, but it's actually a stamp. Shows you how closely I read it. It's got a linen texture on it, and it's full size, so you need one of these big blocks or a Stamparatus to be able to put it on. And what I ended up doing was using my blending brushes and just dabbing ink all over it in different colors. So I used did I use? The Pretty in Pink and Highland Heather, and then I add a little bit of green as well. It doesn't look like much at the moment, but this is going to be the sort of the top layer of my card. So what I'm going to do first of all, you can see that it's got this, and I didn't do it right out to the edge deliberately. I just sort of, oh, and there's a bit of balmy blue on it. I think it was balmy blue I put on it. A lot's happened since I made this card. Let's see if I can get this. This one is very stiff to get the glue out of. So I'm going to put it on the. I'll put it this way, I think, on the Highland Heather. And then this is a bit of the DSP, which is basic beige. And I thought I'd put this on next. And I'm going to put it on with some runner tape as well in the middle. Like that. Now, I also used the tags, the tags on day 4, I think it was. And this was a tag that was double this size. And what I did is I ran that through the embossing folder, painted something or other. Can't remember, painted. Here it is, plaster painting. So it's got like a Hessian and some plaster paint on it. So I ran it through that, cut it in half and ran it through that. I'm going to use that as a vase, okay? So it's going to go on the bottom. And I'm going to build up a picture on this here, okay? So the first thing I want to do is put these on. I'm just going to place them where I think they should go. Like that. And I'm going to get my glue dots. Now, one of the things, if you use their stencil, as I said, you can use a blending brush, which is what I actually use, but you could use that the little brush that they gave you with the stencil if you so wished. So let's get some glue dots. And I'm just going to put a couple on the back of this. Put one down near the bottom. And it doesn't matter if it sticks out a little bit, because it's just to hold that in place for the moment. Whoops. There we go. Because that's making up the back of my arrangement. Okay, I want to draw the white out. Now, I've got these here, and I thought what I'd do is I'd lay them on top. I'm going to start and do some layering. So what I shall do is put everything sticking to it except what I want. I'm going to put some runner tape on the back of this one, like that. And then we have these ones. And I think I want to put those on dimensionals because I think I want to raise them up a little bit so that it looks like it's an arrangement. Now, I'm not too worried about keeping the stems down. Let's do both of these. This is what you call stamping and creating on the fly. I cut these all out and I thought, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with them, but let's see what we can do in the short time we've got today. I'm only doing one card today. Ah, look at what I found. Been looking for that. Been looking for a lot of things. So I'm going to layer that like that, and the other one on the other side. And I'm hoping these will be okay. As is. Now the next thing I want to do is to put the pot on. So let's get some dimensionals on the back of this. One there, one there, one there. I want to put 5 on it if I can. All right, let's get the backs off. Trying to be tidy. I had two of my grandkids all day yesterday, so the 4-year-old had got almost all the puzzles out, as 4-year-olds do, and she'd put some stuff away at the prompting of her sister, would you believe? And I'm just going to add a little bit more Wingo Stella to these here so that they sparkle a little bit more. Okay, so that's what we've got so far. Now, I will probably use some glue dots apart from for the sentiment. And I think I want to put one here. Oh no, I'll use a dimensional on that one. Let's get that. Take the back off. I'm going to pop it there. And a dimensional on the other one. Do it on the wrong side. And I'll pop it there. And then I'm going to get my leaves. And I want to put, I think I'll put this bigger one that I've got here. This is from the other down the middle, just to give it a bit of height. So let's move those to the side. Get my glue dots. Put that in there. And then I'm going to pop this in so that it, this is why I raised the others on dimensionals, which is the right side, that is the right side. So that you can see that it gives the leaves a little bit of dimension. Now, let's add some of these little single leaves. Put one there. And I think I want to put, I thought I had 3 of these, but it looks like I have 2. This one on this side. And I'll do it the other way. And then I've got some more. Now this was a full, this, you know, these here, this was that, but I've sort of cut it so that I can get it to do what I want it to do. So I think I left that dimension on the paper. And I've just put that on the wrong side, but that'll be okay because I can tuck it in like that. Okay. Another glue dot. Turn these over so that they're wrong side up. Just have to work out which is the wrong side. And I think it's still on my. Put that one. I might put that one in there and behind like that. This one, and I could keep going here. Put on that side. I'm going to work out where it's going. Stick to the branch, not me. I'll pop it in there. Okay. I've got this feeling that one's upside down, but maybe it isn't. Okay, now I could add some more to that, but I'm going to leave it at that for the moment. Okay. I've got birthday wishes. This was one full, sorry, one stamp from the 12 Days of Advent. This is this one here. And I stamped it and then cut it in half. And I'm going to put some dimensionals on the back. And let's grab one. No, those are glue dots. Okay. You can see how wide awake I am this morning. One there. One there. We did a fete at the weekend, and then I've just been very, very busy, and yeah, that's the way life is sometimes. And I'm going to put the birthday there. Get rid of those backs so that they're not on my card. There we go, and do the other one. I want to do it a little bit more, I think. Let's put it about there. Birthday. And card's almost finished. Now, I was going to do another one. I had an idea for another one, but I didn't get it put together. Now, I've got some antique pearls here. These were with the Storybook Friends, I believe, and they're probably retired now, but you can see I've got lots of them. And I want to add them to this as well. Let's pull that out so that comes out. We've got some nice big ones up here at the top, which I'm going to add to the center of the flower. So they look, I thought about putting just a piece of paper there, but it just didn't look right. I needed something that was large, but not too large. And then I'm going to add one or two of these on the cards. So I've got 3, 4, 5. Okay, so put that aside, and that is the front of my card, except that that one there is totally not in the center. There we go. Let's put that aside, and I'm going to put some tape on the back. This is running very quietly. I think it's almost finished actually, because I can see the red glowing through. And I have a feeling that that bit there may have already finished. Oh no, there it comes. There we are. And I have my white base. And it could help if I put it on the right way around. Now the other thing I could have done, and I didn't do, but I could added some white twine behind this. So that's one way to use that. These can all be sort of more 3D by cutting up the petals. It's quite a pretty card, yeah. So that's card number 1. Now card number 2, I saw these and I thought, what on earth can I do with these? So I'm just going to grab the card which is sitting over here. And here we go. This is the card I ended up making. So I've got a little bit of work to do on this today. I didn't know how to use these, so I thought this was really cute. Be nice for a teenager, actually. And I put the sentiment from Always in My Heart on it. So let me show you how I put that one together. Got my little spots. So this was day 6, I think it was, yeah. And I've done a bit of pre-cutting here. So I've used this as a postage square die, and then I've used the stylish shapes, smaller square. That was the other half of that there. I'll just put it on that so I wouldn't lose it. Okay, so I've got these and I've got these, and this is my base. I've got white base again, and I'm using Misty Moonlight, and I've cut a piece of white cardstock smaller than the Misty Moonlight, so 13.8 by 9.5. I've embossed it in Gathering Leaves, and I'm going to stick that in place. So I can actually put this card pretty much together except for the top, but I won't put it on the base yet, because if I make a big mess, then and I need a new blade for my cutter, because this one's getting a little fuzzy. Okay, so that will go on like that. Now, this is basically all in white, but I got myself a dauber and some misty moonlight, And I'm just going to leave these little ones aside because I don't need those, but I need these ones. So let's get those. I don't want very much ink on these, so all I want to do is just flip it along the sides like that so that you get a touch of the misty moonlight on the edges like that. And there's one. You can see it when I set it down, that the misty, see the difference? You don't think it makes a difference, but it does. So let's get this one next. Doesn't take very long to do this, but I actually really like this. And 2, got 6 to do. Number 3. These little daubers are great for this sort of thing because you just get enough. Sometimes if you use your blend brushes, you get too much. So this is just perfect for this, what I'm doing. It's 2 sides. So I've done halfway there. Just, there's another one, 2/3, 2 more. I think that's my coffee coming in. I think I'm probably ready for it this morning. Thank you. And I'll do this one. This is the last one. Been a busy morning. Saying goodbye to one of my students this morning. It was her last lesson ever. So that was, yeah, quite sad. So I've got those. And the next thing I'm going to do, they will stick on the card, but I'm going to turn these over, all 6 of them, and I'm going to put dimensionals on the back. So I'm going to put one in each corner very quickly. The card comes together very quickly in the end. And it isn't really that complicated, but I would like to have played a little bit more with this, but honestly, I just have not had time. And today, after this, I'm packing lollies for a gingerbread house making event this weekend. So it's going to be a full day, and then teaching my last day for the year this afternoon. So just a very full day. There's 4, 2 more to go. One there, one on that one, another one on that one. That's 5 finished. And the last one, 6. Now, done all of those. So we're going to put these together. So I'm going to take the backs off. I might take all the backs off first and then set them aside. So backs off 1. 2. Sticking to me. 3. Number 3. It wants to just go back on and stick again. 3. This is where I need a helper to peel all the backs off. And that's all right. Number 4. Number 5. We're almost finished. And number 6. Okay. There we go. Set that out of the way. Now what I'm going to do is just place this in the middle of the postage square, like that, on each of them. This is just, I have left this as is, no colouring or anything on it. The everything on the Advent one seems to be in pinks, yellows, greens, and misty moonlight, and a little bit of beige in it as well. So there's my 6 of those. I've got my card front, and I'm going to glue these on, just pressing them on first. See where they go. So I want to get an idea. Okay, I'm going to turn it over. Don't need very much on the back. I could use ordinary glue in this one. And I just want to bring it so that it's about there. I'm going to do the other corner. I need to find my other glue, I think, which is on the table somewhere. I reckon about just eyeballing this about there. Let's do the middle one. And it's going to go directly between those. Like that. Last one. Bottom row. So we'll do this one first. One. So you can see the card is almost finished. Put that one there. The last one. Just needs a little bit of glue on the back. Like that. So I've got the 6 on that. Now all I'm going to do then is place this on my card base. So now that I've put those in place, it's good. This night of navy is a little hairy along the side. Just a bit sad, but it'll be okay. Get my, and the thing is there are 6 different ones of these, so this works perfectly. So which one have I been using? This one, top one. I think I'm going to put cherry with that in the middle of that one. I might put a green bow down here, and I might put this cup. I don't know if I want that one. Let's do this one up here in the middle, and I'll do a dark rainbow there. And then down the bottom, what am I going to put? A yellow flower, I think. That one. And a strawberry with a green stem. So that's the front of the card nearly finished. And somewhere on my table, and I find it, I have a sentiment. If not, I can always stamp another one, but I'm pretty sure I brought it over to the table. I think it's here. Yeah. So I did this the other day. I stamped it yesterday, actually. And what I did was I just cut it out freehand, close. Didn't want it to be too big. There we go. Oh, got an extra gem on my scissors. Okay, so I don't need that bit. Let's do this bit next. There we go. Now, I think I want to make this like a little tag. sure my eyesight is very good this morning. Not too bad, but that looks a little bit too far down on that one. Slightly better. So I've got all those little bits can go in here. Gosh, I'm clean this morning. Got my dimensionals. I'm going to put on the back too. And actually what I'm going to do, I think, is put double ones. So I'll put one on, and then I'm going to set another one right on top of that after I've taken the paper off. Make sure you take the paper off in between, because if you don't, the paper will come off anyway, and then you'll be left with two glue dots on your page and a sentiment that has this on it. So all I'm going to do is just pop that in there like that, so it's really raised up above everything else. And that's my card. So you can see, very simple, day 6. So I hope you like those. I actually really like this card now that I've made it. I was really confused as to what I should do, but I really like that. And I like this one in a way. I don't feel it's finished yet, but you know, we're getting there. Anyway, that's my cards for today, for day 5 and day 6. Next week we're on to day 7 and 8, and I'm going to try and be organized for that so that I know what I'm doing. So I'm going to say goodbye today, and I will talk to you next week on the 9th of December. Gosh, it's what, 23 days to Christmas now? So yeah. All right, take care everyone, and I will see you next week. Bye.